Ask anyone what their favorite video game genres are, and you'll probably only hear a couple of a select few things, like platformers, action games, RPGs, but one thing I found is super rare is actually one of my answers, and that's kart racers. So many people play these things, but it often feels like damn near nobody considers them much more than goofy party games and distractions. Although I suppose that may have to do with the fact that one series basically dominates the entire genre, I'll get to you eventually, my love, and that there aren't too many weirdos like me who have gone so far as to play shit like Kokoto. It's hard to say Mario Kart doesn't deserve this spot though, it's just so damn consistent in its amazing quality. There's always fun to be had and something unique to love in every single Mario Kart game, and that's why today I've decided to go back and check out Mario Kart DS. A lot of people consider this to be one of the best Mario Karts, as well as where the modern Mario Kart era kinda started. Now, I've played this one a ton. The only entry I can't say that for is Super Circuit, but I honestly don't remember it being some monumental game-changing event, so I'd say it's about time I give it another shot. Despite the fact that I literally just said that every Mario Kart has something unique and fun in it, I honestly don't find myself coming back to previous entries too often. I mean, if I want my Mario Kart fix, why wouldn't I just play the entry that's on the console I use most often or the one that's on my phone? Well, if any game in the series can answer that question, it's gotta be Double Dash. Like I said, this is where the modern Mario Kart series is considered to have started, so while that fact does make DS less jarring to go back to, it also means that there's nothing super crazy differentiating the main gameplay. It is notable though for being the first entry to include 16 hand-picked retro tracks, which is one of my favorite additions, especially in the newer games when they go out of their way to give them complete makeovers. It's also a nice way for the developers to pad out the track list without having to go all out in designing brand new tracks. I go back to the older stuff now and I'm just like, hell yeah! As for how you'll be driving on these tracks, yeah, DS sure took a step back from Double Dash. We're back to one character per kart and no character special items. On one hand, this does remove some choice and impact from character selection, but on the other hand, it's kind of what makes Double Dash so special all these years later, so I'll live with it for now. The triple shells and the golden mushroom have been demoted back to normal items in this one, along with the Bob-omb becoming a normal item for the very first time, as well as the most useless piece of shit I have ever used in a Mario Kart game. I'm not really sure what happened here, but I consistently watched other racers drive right next to it, only for it to blow up after they've passed. My life is meaningless. In terms of brand new items, we've got two, the Bullet Bill and the Blooper. Bullet Bill is obviously one of the most recognized items in the franchise. If you're slumming it out in the back, you may be able to get one of these and blast off. The Blooper, though, is not only one of the most annoying items in Mario Kart, but it doesn't really do much, especially in DS. From what I can tell, it does cause AI racers to wiggle and slow down a tiny bit, but let me give you a comprehensive guide on what to do if you're hit by one. Step 1, look at the bottom screen. Step 2, change your pants. Seriously, why of all times to release this item did they choose the first time we have a second screen to look at? Some may argue that. This is gonna be a problem. If there's one thing in this world that'll make me say holy piss, the item balance in Mario Kart DS is f***ing insane. It's gotta be the item balance in Mario Kart DS. Everyone always remembers Wii as the out of control one, but I swear to god I've seen 4 blue shells fired off in a single lap in this game. There are rarely less than 2 or 3 per race, and as if that's not bad enough, red shells can go around your items in this game, making them sometimes downright impossible to block. Combine that with the fact that I'm like 99% sure the AI specifically combo you, and you're gonna spend a lot of time tumbling. However, in a really weird way, this doesn't really bother me too much. Sure, sometimes it's gonna feel like absolute bull-ass garbage, but that's part of what makes it so fun. I do think this game has some rubber banding, but it's nowhere near as bad as it's been in previous games like 64, where I legitimately think the AI cheat more often than they don't, so playing as good as possible to get the biggest lead you can is a must, and overall, it just leaves me feeling pretty proud and satisfied when I win. Some may argue that Mario Kart DS also falls behind Double Dash in terms of characters, coming in at a total of 12 instead of 20. What those people have that I don't is a little something called sanity. Mario, Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, Toad, DK, Wario, Bowser, Daisy, Drybones, Waluigi, and Rob. What's great about this— I'm sorry, what was that last one? Our developers were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should. Why Rob is here is a question I don't have or require an answer to. The pure confusion and hilarity of it all is reason enough. However, believe it or not, he isn't the main reason I love this roster. That distinction goes to the only other new racer, Drybones. I have no idea who at Nintendo was sitting there trying to decide who the 2 new characters would be and said, I got it, but I thank them. Obviously, my first introduction to the precious Bone Boy was back in Mario 3, but this was the game where I truly fell in love with him. Drybones in the Dry Bomber kart is to this day my favorite character and kart combination in the history of kart racers. Reason number 1, I'm driving a f***ing tank. Reason number 2, I'm driving a f***ing tank. For real though, this is one of the few Mario Kart games where the off-road stat actually means something, and combining that with the fact that this combination has the single best mini turbo stat means drifting feels amazing, and it also allows you to take some shortcuts or cut some corners that other characters would definitely need mushrooms for. Please Nintendo, for the love of God, bring everything about this back in the next Mario Kart. Speaking of shortcuts and corners, look up mixed bag in the dictionary. Yeah, racing through the tracks in this game, you'll come across some of the best we've ever had, along with plenty of hidden gems you don't think about too often. And then you'll also play Figure 8 Circuit. I hesitate to call any Mario Kart track truly bad, but it is bizarre how much some of this stuff just does not stand out. In an effort to give this video a little something extra, I decided I would start a new tradition today, and that is that every time I talk about a kart racer, I'm going to rank every track in that game from worst to best. So here we go. Number 32, Figure 8 Circuit. I can't believe that 8 that they made 439 times is boring. Number 31, N64 Moo Moo Farm. It's basically just a circle, and the obstacles are annoying. Number 30, GCN Luigi Circuit. This one's also an 8, but at least it tried. Number 29, SNES Koopa Beach 2. I like the idea of the walls being smaller than the quote-unquote walls thanks to rough patches on the ground, but it's just a circle. A big dumb circle. Number 28, Yoshi Falls. I like the theming, but it's just a circle. A big dumb circle. Number 27, N64 Frappe Snowland. I know this track is beloved for its speedrunning history, but take that away and it's really just nothing with some annoying snowmen. This one blows. Number 26, Wario Stadium. This is a track I absolutely love in Mario Kart 8, but the original version just doesn't hold up, especially since it has all these bumps but no ability to do tricks. Number 25, GCN Baby Park. She took the f***ing kids. Number 24, SNES Choco Island 2. This part is annoying, and again it suffers from an inability for me to do tricks. A disgrace to chocolate everywhere. Number 23, SNES Mario Circuit 1. This is the most generic, bland thing ever. It's a perfectly mediocre track. I don't love it, I don't hate it, it's just kinda here. Number 22, SNES Donut Plains 1. Same thing as the last one, but slightly more interesting. Number 21, N64 Banshee Boardwalk. This one's decently fun, but I have a lot of questions. Why is it called that? What's with the Cheep Cheep? What's with the bats? What's the main ingredient in peanut butter? Number 20, GBA Bowser's Castle 2. Pretty generic Bowser Castle stuff, but I've always enjoyed that aesthetic. Number 19, Rainbow Road. There's a lot of cool stuff here, but the whole falling off the loop thing makes my liver shrivel. Feels like they were just showing off with this one. Number 18, GBA Luigi Circuit. Interesting take on the standard circuit concept, which I already have a soft spot for, and having the rain be the only real obstacle is kinda neat. Number 17, Shroom Ridge. I hear this one get hate all the time, and I'm not sure why, because I think it's alright. Plus, these cars take oncoming carts to the face and don't even flinch. Sure, there are worse things to get hit by, like Kangaroo, Tennis Ball, Smooth Criminal, but color me impressed. Number 16, Bowser's Castle. There's a lot of cool stuff in here, but I find all the gimmicks pretty annoying. Feels like they were just showing off with this one. Number 15, GCN Mushroom Bridge. This would be rated higher, but they took out the ability to drive on the sides of the bridge, so it's officially on my list. Number 14, DK Pass. The snowman part at the end is dumb, but the rolling snowballs are cool, and I like that you climb the whole mountain on each lap. Number 13, Desert Hills. I miss doing tricks more than ever before, but it doesn't stop this one from being pretty fun, and it has the sun from Mario 3, so it's good in my book. Number 12, Luigi's Mansion. This really should be one of the best tracks of all time, but the mud section at the end needs to be lobotomized, otherwise it's great. Number 11, Peach Gardens. This track's got everything from off-road to giant obstacles to moles, always a great time. Holy sh**. Number 10, Mario Circuit. I forgot how fun this one was. It's legitimately up there with the Mario Kart 7 version as a contender for best Mario Circuit ever. Number 9, GBA Peach Circuit. This track is simple as hell, but I just have too much fun drifting and cutting all the corners with dry bones to care. Number 8, Waluigi Pinball. I used to be in love with this track just like everyone else, but to be honest, the magic has kind of faded, and now I just see it as great rather than amazing. Number 7, Tick-Tock Clock. This is another one that works better in Mario Kart 8, but I just can't get over such a direct Mario 64 reference, and I have no clue why they don't do this more often. Number 6, N64 Choco Mountain. This is a personal one. I've just always loved the look of this track, and it has such an interesting layout. If I have one comment or complaint, it's that this water should really be changed to, like, I don't know, milk or something. It's just so out of place as is. Moving into the top 5, we have number 5, Airship Fortress. This is probably the single best concept for a Mario Kart track in history. I just wish you spent a little more time on the actual airship. Still a blast regardless. Number 4, Cheep Cheep Beach. I really don't know what's so appealing about this one. It's just got a great summer vibe, and I love how distinct each section feels. Number 3, Delfino Square. This is a masterclass in track design, being fun to race on, having multiple great shortcuts, and referencing Mario Sunshine all at once. Number 2, GCN Yoshi Circuit. If I'm not mistaken, this is tied as the most brought back track in the history of the series, and goddamn does it deserve it. Wickedly fun the whole way with a great shortcut, all while retaining the actual shape of Yoshi. It's a hell of an achievement, and I 100% expected this to be my pick for best track until I came across a wonderful little surprise, which was, of course, number 1, GBA Sky Garden. If there's one thing I didn't expect to top this list, it was a Super Circuit track, but man, I just love this one. Fantastic aesthetic, loads of shortcuts, all of which can be done shroomless with dry bones, and a super fun layout. This is the track I want brought back and completely made over more than any other. It could just be so amazing. Whew. If there's anything that drives home just how much content is in Mario Kart games or how much sex I have, it's definitely that. Anyways, let's move on to the extra modes with everyone but me's favorite thing in Mario Kart, Battle Mode. Yeah, I've honestly never cared about much other than races in kart racers. Maybe it has to do with never really having friends to play it with, but I also just really love the racing, so I don't know. In this game we've got two types, Balloon Battle and Shine Runners. Shine Runners was a neat idea, I guess. You just grab as many shines as you can get and knock them out of everyone else. Every once in a while the time will count down and eliminate some fools until there's only one left standing. Balloon Battle, on the other hand, I have nothing to say about, not only because it's in all of these games, but also because despite looking up how to do it, I could not for the life of me get my balloons to inflate, so whatever, I guess. Last but not least, we have the mode for real men, and the big non-dry bones reason for me to go back and play Mario Kart DS, and that is, of course, Mission Mode. I guess they kinda brought this back for Mario Kart Wii, which I somehow never knew in my years of playing that game, but other than that, it's a DS exclusive. 54 special challenges requiring you to do all sorts of special tasks, like driving through numbered gates in order, taking out enemies with items, or collecting coins, with another 9 being unlockable after you've beaten them all. Most of these are pretty fun, but some of them are a little obtuse in terms of what you're supposed to do to get 3 stars, which is pretty annoying. What I remember most from this mode is certainly the boss battles, which are some of the most amazing ideas in the series. The one I remembered most vividly was definitely Goom Boss from Paper Mario, who later showed up in Super Mario 64 DS. In fact, every boss is from that game, which is both cool and surely a huge development time saver. I really hope they bring this back again someday. It would just be so cool to have all those missions to go through again. And hey, if you wanted to save some time and reuse the bosses from Odyssey, you wouldn't hear me complaining. And ladies and gentlemen, that's Mario Kart DS. I figured it would be fun like Mario Kart always is, and I was glad to have my boy here, but I never expected it to blow my socks off in the way that it did. And now looking back on it, I think I agree in saying that this is one of the best Mario Karts we have ever had, which is a pretty monumental feat considering it's on a console that's almost old enough to drive. If you're looking to grab a Mario Kart nowadays, I'm definitely more likely to recommend a newer entry, but if you want to give this one a whirl, I don't think you could possibly be disappointed. In fact, I think I'll buy another copy. Oh, there it is. Oh god, I can't wait, damn it!